Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and happy Sunday. So I took a couple of days off, spent it with the family. Um, Everybody's doing pretty awesome. We've been going over decks that have been requested. Today's going to be one of them. Again, we're trying to get through the backlog. It is the end of Speed Duel for the foreseeable, and I don't think we're gonna build them quite as casually all the time if we can avoid it now. So that's a little intro on today's deck. Today's is another requested build. It's gonna be a crossover between the Babes of Bezos and AC/DC. And I say this because we're gonna be playing the Amazoness with the skill Welcome to the Jungle. Now, Welcome to the Jungle is a battle skill. What's going to happen here is anytime we get to the after damage calculation, if we took battle damage from a battle involving an opponent's monster and our attack position Amazoness monster, the opponent's monster will lose attack and defense equal to the attack of our monster when it battled until the end of the turn. So defensively, not super good. Offensively, pretty darn awesome. So that's what we're going to be doing there. And if you guys don't get the AC/DC joke, remember, I'm a Yugi boomer. It's fine. My age shows from time to time. Now, main deck, 20 cards. 20 good cards, too. We're going to be running only 8 monsters. And again, this is kind of because we're playing this at a little bit of a higher level than usual. Because if we do decks like this, and we keep showing Konami that there's interest, maybe they'll reboot maybe we'll get rush duels, something. But we're going to start it off with 3 copies of the Princess. Now, Princess is probably the most important card in this deck, since it is essentially the starter for all of the combos and facilitates everything. The name becomes Queen while field or grave. If it is normal or special summoned, add 1 Amazoness spell or trap from deck to hand. Use that effect once per turn. When this card declares an attack, you can send 1 other card from the hand or the field to the graveyard. Special summon 1 Amazoness monster from the deck in defense with a different name. So real quick, tons of effects, all of them good. The next card is the only card we're going to run 2 of, and it's basically because we want to make sure that it's not just stuck in our hand. We want to make sure that we get a queen inside of the deck. Queen is a 6-star 24, so she's basic monarch. Actually, a little tougher when you consider the defense value. In the effect, Amazoness monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle, which means as soon as we attack with the princess, we develop into having a queen in face-up defense, which means we now have indestructibility for our monsters. So, that's most of the combo already. Then whatever else you play from there is how you develop the rest of the game. Again, you do have Welcome to the Jungle. You're going to have the Princess. She's at, what, 14? 12, my bad. She's going to be at 12, which means we can sucker punch 1,200 points off of a card as long as we take even 100 points of damage. Wouldn't do that normally, but it's worth mentioning that we could take down larger cards like the Blue Eyes White Dragon by attacking in different patterns. So that's cool. What's cooler is we can add 1 copy of Sage. Sage, if she survives past to the end of the damage step, as long as she attacked and is still on the field, target a spell trap the opponent controls and destroy the target. Now, I do want to stop right here. This is probably going to trigger something known as Waking the Dragon at some point. We've got something for that. You see, with Waking the Dragon, you've got a lot of crazy effects. You get a lot of crazy monsters that could jump out, and we're going to be showing you them towards the end of this video anyway. But one of the biggest stops is the fact that you will have some of the largest cards in Duel monsters standing across the field from you, like the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, the Cyber End Dragon. It'd be good if we went ahead and packed one of the original Amazoness from Magician's Force in here as well. So we're going to go ahead and take the Swordswoman. Anytime we would take battle damage as an effect, she gives it to the opponent. Now, real quick, I don't know how this one's going to play out, but with Welcome to the Jungle, anybody who's a judge out there, just let me know. Does this reassignment as an effect not count for the Welcome to the Jungle effect? Which is fine, but curious. Not sure how that one would work. But either way, these two are excellent backup once you've already established Princess Queen. Finally, we are going to play a single copy of Tiger, and I did this just for like beatdown purposes. This card gains 400 attack value per Amazoness on our side of the field. Max 1200. This gets up to 2300 on its own with friends then. And as long as it's face up, the opponent's monsters have to attack the Tiger first. It is going to draw the attacks away from other cards, which is good, kind of. It stops the opponent from doing things that are too crazy to us. But these are going to be our 8 monster cards. Moving to the spells, we're going to be using 3 copies of the Call spell card. First thing I want you to note is this is going to be a quick play spell, so that's awesome. Second, it's an Amazoness spell trap, so our princess is going to be able to go ahead and grab this. The way this works, take one Amazoness card from the deck with a different name. And again, this could be spell, trap, or monster. Add that card to your hand or choose to send it to the graveyard. During your main phase, you may banish this card in your graveyard, target one Amazoness you control, and this turn that monster can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. Also, other monsters you control cannot attack, and you may only activate 1 copy of this card per turn. So again, it's good. It's going to give us a lot of attacks. Between the Swordswoman, again, if the opponent has a bigger board than us, we've got Swordswoman and the Queen out. This is great. If we've got just the Queen and, maybe the opponent's board is a little smaller, we could just go board breaking that way. If you wanted to, with Queen's up and you have Sage, this is an easy way to clear the back row out as well, because you will just survive all those combats. So again, good card, great card. Hitting some of the limits now, we're going to look to tier 3. This deck, I'm going to be playing Books of Moon. I don't want to be playing Sol and Luna as much with these girls because they do not benefit from going face down. So the Book of Moon, we're going to run 2 of that. We're going to finish the tier 3 limit with a copy of the Cosmic Cyclone. We're going to take our tier 1 limit in the copy of the MST. And again, between these and Sage, that's pretty renewable. I don't feel the need to use Night Beam or Galactic Cyclone or Dust Tornado. I think we're pretty well covered here. Just to mention it, we are going to touch tier 2 limits. We're going to go ahead and grab a single copy of Reinforcement of the Army. And for those who are doing quick Yugi math, the way Duelist math works is tutors simultaneously count as a -1 for the deck. So this is a 20-card deck. It's like a 19-card deck. It's technically 9 monsters, which means we have 4 chances to start with our princess. And as y'all know, 4 out of 20 is 1/5 or 20% of the deck. So we have that chance of, starting off with each of the first cards being a princess. So again, pretty stable. I didn't want to go too Rhoda. Just in case. This number worked for me. So just enjoy this. You could go a +1. You could run a 21-card deck if you wanted to. I would not this time. Again, just trying to make this as good for your locals as I could. Moving to traps, we're going to run 3 copies of Onslaught because Onslaught is pretty insane. So continuous trap, once per turn during the battle phase, you can special summon 1 Amazoness from the hand, and if you do, it gains 500 attack to the end of the turn, even if this card leaves the field. After damage calculation, if your Amazoness monster battled an opponent's monster while it was already face up in your, or while this was already face up in your spell trap, you may choose to banish that monster. If this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, target an Amazoness in your graveyard and special summon it. So we kind of want them to target this when it's face down, because we'll just go ahead and get this thing banished. If it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, we can get a Monster Reborn off of it. So again, we didn't need to touch Reborn. We do get an optional banish, which again, we could tag team that up with effects like Sage. Sage will get the banishment for the back row. Or sorry, not the banishment, but the spell trap destruction. While we can also banish a monster card. This kid special summon one from the hand, so this does help us solve what happens if Queen ends up in your hand. It also gives a 500 power bonus too. The only drawback, the only thing I don't love about this is the fact that we can only activate it during the battle phase to get the special summon. But it is a once per turn special summon from the hand. So it's situationally great. I would love to have comboed better with Amazon's Call to have the monster already on the field, get the power bonus, and then banish my spell to get the multiple attacks. Because again, Queen would get up to like 29 and be able to slap everything once, which would be amazing. Last card, grabbed a Quaking Mirror Force. Just think it's good. Rounds it out real easy. 20 card main deck. So real quick, pause, make some notes, or go ahead and grab a screenshot, screen capture, and I'll be back with the side and extra deck in just a moment. All right, now I want to start with the side deck. So it's the 6 cards we're going to be able to go into between games 1, 2, and potentially 3 to make our lives a little bit easier and to make things just a little tougher on the opponents. So I'm running a few doubles, and I just want to see what you guys think. So first, I'm running the econs. Any controller is one of those great things. If we did end up doing the whole Sage combo, these swap out easily for the Books of Moon. What we would end up doing is if we do trigger the Waking the Dragon, the opponent plays out the big monster, maybe we don't have the swordswoman on the field, go ahead, take the big monster, slap them with the monster for game, okay? Simple. And like Occam's razor, whatever the simplest solution is going to be the right answer. This could be the right answer. And it's still going to get them into the defense mode if we need to take care of big baddies like Jinzo or whoever. So you'll still be able to do what you got to do. Next up, copies of Lost Wind. Special summoning, super easy to do anymore. So if our opponent controls a special summon monster card, we are going to remove its effects. We are going to half its original attack value. And if they play that from the extra deck while this is already in the graveyard, we set it from our discard pile, banishing it when it leaves the field the next time. So again, it's a reloadable trap. It's awesome. And then last but not least, we've made it very clear to the opponents, targeting our back row is very beneficial to them. So let's make them pay an additional price to doing so by letting 6 cards go live. Now, the 6 cards, again, since I want you guys to have the best chances of winning, are going to be the Arcana Knight Joker, the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, the Cyber End Dragon, the Destiny End Dragoon, the Ojama King, and the Thousand Eyes Restrict. All of these are going to be just excellent for you. And in fact, the only one of these that you hate to see when you are running the Amazonas is going to be Restrict. And this is another thing, okay? A little sneak tech. Here's a reason why we went back to the Books of Moon. Book of Moon, as a quick play, can be activated from our hand anytime during our own turn, including the battle phase. As long as you have it open spell trap zone to play it. So, follow the magic with me, okay? Sage attacks, destroys the Waking. They play Waking. They bring out Restrict. Doesn't matter which position they choose. He stops all combat. He says no monsters but him can declare attacks. You can book it, put it face down, and club it. Okay? You cannot do that with the enemy controller. Just want to make that clear. It is one of the reasons Sol and Luna is so good. But in this instance, Book of Moon, because we didn't tap into other tier 3 limits, we were able to add the 2 copies of the Book of Moon. And it's literally for clubbing this guy. Again, he's not super easy to get your hands on anymore. He was in a structure deck for the speed duels. I think he's like a $7 single right now, is what it is. Just a quick side note. You can also deal with him with the Lost Winds, okay? By zapping the effect off, it's essentially going to be a direct attack, so just keep that in mind, okay? This is the deck. I do hope that you guys have enjoyed this, and when you have, consider supporting this channel with the like, comment, sub, and outside of that, all I'm asking is the usual. I want you guys to be good to each other, But more importantly, and this is the one that everybody has the issue with, be good to yourselves. Okay? You're all worth it. I want you to know that. I need you to know that. Okay? You guys are worth it. I want you guys to have an excellent day. Go out, do that thing that you've been putting off for yourself. Enjoy yourself. Tomorrow, Celestial will be cracking packs. I bought her that little 4-pack of the new Battles of Legends. Maybe she'll pull another chibi. Maybe she'll pull another Starlight, Starfoil, whatever it is. Would be awesome. On Tuesday, we're going to be rating an old structure deck for our draft box. We're going to be adding one of those in. Wednesday and Friday, I think we're going to be playing some more of the World Championship. I just have to get a few more credits. This way I could pick up the other 2 starting starter decks in there. And then Thursday, we will be doing the Crab Turtle for the Imperial format. So, all things in due time. Hopefully you guys have a great time. We'll see you on the next one. Later.